Welcome to the 2400 Block Podcast with your host, Jonnyroobs.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the 2400 Block Podcast. It's Jonnyroobs here in the southwestern region of the state. Good to see you guys as I am broadcasting from here. I tried to be on the Riverside FM app earlier. It turns out that I was only uploading 2% of my my broadcast, which is very disappointing to say the least. It wasn't good, and now I am on Zoom meeting. Hopefully this works because I got a good probably 40 minutes that I can share with you guys here on this unofficial podcast episode today. I had a wonderful drive. I was in Chicago at Seafood City. We're able to get some food and we're going to be sharing it with friends, hopefully on Thursday or Friday. And they're right now in the freezer. So they're keeping themselves fresh as I'm talking to you guys now. My my girlfriend is on assignment and I'm joining her. So that explains me talking to you guys right now from this location. If you're hearing some weird noises, that is coming from the restroom, actually through this wall. So as I'm talking to you guys right now, it is cold, it is frigid. I tried to put it on heat, but I don't want this thing getting in the way. Whenever you turn on the AC or whether you turn on the heater at full blast, this whole thing is like just moving like crazy. So I decided to stop that for the meantime. And when I'm done with this podcast, that is going to be back on. Okay, guys, what do I want to talk about? Well, here it is. I'll tell you. And I'll tell you probably in the most random way possible. Well, it turns out that my friend Chris, who is a Best Buy sales associate over there in Connecticut, he encountered an individual who was buying some gadgets upon being hired by a company. It turns out that he was just beginning to get involved with that. Then my friend asked him, because I asked my friend, did you receive any text messages or phone calls for a job, for this remote job? Well, it turns out that he has only been getting text message responses, which indicates that this, in fact, is a scam, an online scam. He must have paid X amount of dollars just for him to be accepted. Well, I believe that they may have handed him a fake check. Right. Because I too have faced that almost a year ago. I remember I was emailed a check in the amount of $945, and the company wanted me to cash it in my bank so that way I can use that money that they given me for obtaining resources. And for me to obtain resources like having a scanner and having um, maybe a handbook being mailed and all the necessary stuff that they need, even a portable desk and a laptop for me to use. Man, it was too good to believe. All these resources that they were going to be sending to me. But you know what? Here was a catch. They wanted me to go on Cash App and convert that 945 to cryptocurrency. So they wanted me to go to my bank account, which I already had the 945, go to Cash App, put it under some sort of cryptocurrency, and then sent it to a website which they told me to go to that I thought was legit. And it seemed like it was so real. Even the company name is real, but they just used that company's name. See, that's how I was fooled. This is why this guy's being fooled right now, too. But it turns out that my friend, along with my help, sort of got into this guy's mind. So this guy's probably thinking in the end, after he talked to my friend at Best Buy, that he's probably saying in his mind, I'm not going to do this anymore. So we may have saved a life. Let's hope. All right. Let's hope that we saved a life. I remember when I was scammed, it was one of the worst experiences I've ever encountered. And that was when I was just about to go to Tennessee for a vacation and everything seemed ready. I thought I was ready. I thought I had money. But because of what happened with this job scam, I lost 945 in the process. And my fiance was able to help me out. So I just want to elaborate with you. I want to be transparent on the situation as to what happened. I was feeling down. It may have taken maybe a day or two for me to lift my spirits back up. And because of my fiance Riza, I was able to snap out of it and enjoy the rest of vacation the way it's meant to be experienced. Thankfully, that did not affect me even after the vacation. So what happened happened, and the rest is history. Well, not the kind of history I expected. So for anybody out there who received text messages, emails, phone calls, any one of us can be scammed. We need to get someone's honest opinion about it. Rely on your loved ones or your friends, those that know you well, those that have experienced something like this before. Perhaps it can help you and it can help others. So I just want you guys to be okay. And I don't want you guys to face what that guy's facing or what I faced. Um, if you guys want to check out a movie, something similar to scams and phishing, that would be The Beekeeper starring Jason Statham. I have not seen that movie yet. I will at some point whenever I get some free time. Because right now, I am about to have a new job next week. I'm not gonna tell you guys what job it is, but I am thankful that I am getting out of the previous job industry, which is ride sharing. It's taken a toll on me physically, especially being at this age and knowing that I have not taken care of myself over the years, like eating and not working out. So the problems have followed me as I get older. It doesn't get any better. My back is hurting a lot more. Uh, so, man, no telling where I'm gonna end up in 10 years from now. Hopefully, I still can look as good as this in 10 years. I mean, imagine me being in my 60s looking like this. I mean, that would be like so awesome right now. Although I am, like I said, sort of becoming brittle in the process. But yeah, things can get better for me. I hope to have a good outlook in life, whatever I have left, or whatever I have left in the tank. So yeah, just bear in mind, guys, if you're as old as I am, which is 50, or even closer to my age, I encourage you guys to take care of yourselves. Um, get yourselves routinely checked. And I plan to do that as well once I get myself situated in this job and get good health insurance. Yeah, I'm going to get into that one day. And yeah, life is a bit of a struggle for me. Look where I ended up. Back then, uh, let me shed some light on this matter. I've always been dependent on people. I've always wanted to win friends. I've always wanted everything to be acknowledged, to be getting the respect, to get the notoriety. I was stuck in a time, especially in the 90s and the 2000s, where everyone seemed cliquish because that's what everyone is. They're all in groups. And I was one of those that wanted to be in groups. Luckily, I was able to find one, and that is with the Filipino American community youths. I remember growing up, I was latchkey along with my brothers, and we pretty much set an example for ourselves while our parents were pretty much limited when it comes to interacting with us, as well as their physical presence as well, the lack thereof. It was not I was not given the confidence. I was not given direction, which is kind of like where I am right now because I did not looked out for myself during these last few years. If you're to give me the best description when it comes to my job, I'm a journeyman. That's basically what I've been doing for all my life. I've hung on to jobs for at least 3, 5 years. And for the last job that I had prior to doing rideshare, I did 13 years doing inventory control. 13 years. That went so fast. I can't believe it. And it was one of the greatest experiences I've ever gotten to know. And just learning it firsthand and even jumping into scenarios, situations which are sometimes beyond our control, but it's in the way we face adversity, uh, is truly what matters the most, is how you handle it personally, professionally. Yeah, that's what it takes, guys. Yes. Yes, it does. And yeah, I just want to go back through my life. I've been alone my whole life, just about, especially starting off in my kindergarten years, learning how to acclimate with other students at the time. And then as the years went on, it got rather complicating. I was very delayed in what everybody was facing because all these kids out there, they were into the latest and the greatest when it comes to trends, what was coming out. Well, me and my brothers kind of got a tiny hint of that just by watching cable television, just by listening to the radio, and sometimes talking to these kids in the neighborhood on the block, on the 2400 block. That's how I got my podcast, guys. I grew up on the 2400 block. So there's that. Okay. So part of what I've been through, which was getting scammed out of the 945, was because of how delayed I am in experiencing things compared to everybody. Everyone's probably so ahead, and it just takes a little bit of some time for me to absorb it, to get through it, because I have not faced it yet like what everybody's facing. And now I have, and now I have learned, and I hope that by the grace of God, you guys are not going to be scammed. Okay, so hang in there, guys. Get a good word from someone about something that just transpired. Get an honest opinion because that can definitely save you financially and save your life. So don't get involved with those. Be aware, remain vigilant in the best way possible. Okay? All right. Then let me shift gears here. There's a lot happening in our world as it already is. Look around you. It's not even about politics anymore. It's just about what's good, what's bad. What was good is now bad. What was bad is now good. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. And I know it's the news The media out there are just sensationalizing these things. And I don't want you guys to get caught up in that. I know you guys are better than that. Whether you're on the conservative side or the liberal side, come on, common sense, right? Man, so much is beyond our control right now. Even no matter what country you're living in, things are going awry. We all know that. So I'm not going to go into specifics. I'm already keenly aware of my responsibility being on this platform, but I want you guys to do the right thing. I want you guys to also remain very civil. I want you guys to approach things diplomatically. I don't know, just like the way we used to do back in the day, like in the, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I wish things were like that again and that we can enjoy our freedom more than ever rather than be uh, rather than any of these areas to be contained into politics. That's what's so messing up in the head right now for all of us. We can't even enjoy entertainment anymore because it's so politically connected. Yeah, it's so hard. Even the same with sports. So, man, I got a ton of things to say, but I can't really say all this in one podcast today as I'm talking to you guys once again from Southwestern Michigan, to be specific, Grand Haven, Michigan, where I'm at right now, situated in this hotel room talking to you. So I hope the connection works because I tried earlier with Riverside FM and their process doesn't seem to be going as planned. Um, so right now I'm talking to you guys on Zoom, and I hope this works to a certain degree. I hope I don't look pixelated as I'm talking to you guys right now, as I'm looking to you guys right now. It looks like things are working. I hope things will be working in my favor here for this afternoon. I can't believe time is flying right now and that this is Eastern time. This is not Central time. So I know if I have to watch some programming tonight, it has to be at 8 p.m. Eastern time, not 7 p.m. Central time. So I just had to train my mind into it. And I grew up on the Eastern time zone, so I should be used to it. Anyways, what else can I talk about here as the minutes are ticking on this recording as I'm doing this unofficial podcast episode? I'm very grateful right now for what this podcast is about to go through. This is the second half of season number 5. I just did an episode with my friend Ed, so very grateful for his participation. There were some things I needed to work on, and I'm working on them right now as I'm speaking to you. Is that there was a lot of heavy editing involved, and there were some instances where I say so many repetitive words, and I just want to knock those off. That's why the episode sounds choppy as it does. So my sincerest apologies for for it going that way. As far as Ed, he was terrific in his delivery. As for me, still a lot of work to do, but I'm getting there as I'm talking to you right now. And I'm not talking to you guys with any script cards or anything of the sort. It's all done just through my words alone, just talking straight up, um, without anything to read. So that's the first challenge. The second challenge is using repetitive words, such as like, and so forth. It can keep going and going as the podcast does, as I'm watching, like a viewer. It's rather cringy when I see it for myself on how I perform. I'm very critical of my delivery on how I want to convey in a podcast. I can't go too much with being repetitive, and I'm doing my very best to keep myself uh, low key, stress free, most of all, ease my nerves. So that's the tough part when helming these podcasts and doing these unofficial podcast episodes is very, very beneficial to me. I think it'll improve my way of interacting with individuals who are on my show. And of course, you, the viewer, I want you guys to hear me out, to hear well on your speakers or your headphones. And I hope this mic works because I can't seem to hear myself when I'm doing this compared to doing it on a Rodecaster Pro. Okay, so I believe that we'll get this podcasting product up there. I've talked to a lot of good people, some of which can be very wonderful personalities on my show. I've already got three or four that comes to mind, and Ed was the first one out of the list, along with me and Ken. Ken, of course, is going through a lot right now, as I've indicated on the last episode, on the last unofficial podcast episode, that he now has multiple sclerosis. That is not good news. We will do everything we can to be supportive of Ken, and that despite everything that has happened to him, hopefully he will find some sort of peace. We'll find some ways to adjust his lifestyle that better fits what he's about to face. So, guys, let's keep Ken in prayer as he's coping through this right now with his loved ones, especially his fiance, or shall we say now ex-fiance, and their son. It's definitely put things into perspective, especially being in his shoes. Ken has certainly come a long way. He's gone through a whole lot. If you have listened to any of our past episodes, he will pretty much tell everything, all in his own words. So, well, I gotta say that we've got a lot left in the tank for this season, and I think it will end around late June. Let's hope. And perhaps I can get some more people on board. I love to do a lot more interviews, and I love to keep engaging in conversation. Remember, folks, when it comes to what's happening in this world, consider listening to different perspectives, listening through people, seeing what their viewpoints are on certain issues, because we need that. We need a lot of dialoguing right now in this world, as tough as it already is. So, whatever you're going through, I feel you. I definitely feel you guys. Okay? I feel you. Well, I am going to conclude this podcast. Just want to end it on a good note. And I look forward to talking to you guys again. I wish I could talk more, but because this is a free version of Zoom meeting, I've decided to always keep it at a minimum between 30 and 40 minutes. And hopefully I've done justice in those free minutes for you guys. And I look forward to talking more and more about what's going on in our world. And on top of that, just talking with my buddies, seeing what they think about something, or just getting to hear about what they've been going through, what defines them. All right. So I'll catch you guys again soon on an upcoming episode or an unofficial podcast episode. See, this is the exciting part. You don't know where life takes you. I don't know where the podcast will take me. So, yeah, just do it all out of fun. All right. All right, guys, just have fun. Take care of each other. Look out for each other. Be supportive of one another, no matter what the world is going through. The situation out there is tough as it already is. It's just so overwhelming. So just focus on yourself, focus what matters, and make it a good one. Okay? Till next time, everybody. Thanks for watching the 2400 Block Podcast.
Thanks for checking out this episode of 2400 Block Podcast. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.